This is the Monsoon Cup, the season finale, and the championship decider of the 2011 World Match Racing Tour season. Four times match racing world champion, Peter Gilmour is one of the most experienced skippers on the tour, and going into the Monsoon Cup lies fourth on the overall tour leaderboard.
Well, here we are at the Monsoon Cup, and it's a week earlier than every other year, but the monsoon has certainly broken. This is we've had enormous rain overnight, I think several inches in the old scale or centimetres in the new scale. Well, I think for YANMAR Racing, we're fourth on the leaderboard at the moment. We obviously want to improve that. We set a target at the beginning of the year to try and end up on the podium for this year, so that's pretty much our target, is to have a top finish here at the Monsoon Cup. I don't think a year has gone past without us winning an event in the previous years, and we haven't won an event this year. And the three top teams have won, well, at least two of them have won 2 events each. One's had a first and 2 seconds. And yet, you know, we're not that far back behind them in points, so we've been knocking on the door. I think it's our time to convert.
Competition was fierce, with the young Kiwi and Asian match racing qualifier Will Tiller dominating the qualifying sessions, making it very difficult for some of the more experienced sailors and tour card holders to make it through to the next stage.
Things still catch me out. Yesterday was a dramatic example of it, with such wild conditions early on in the day, and those big blasts that came through, and being absolutely survival sailing through to no wind at the end of the day, and us having to struggle to get ourselves around the race course, and the race being abandoned. We were going upwind in the race the other day, and there was a monitor lizard in the water with its head up out of the water, and the boys hadn't seen it. And I said to Fuku, I said, you might want to watch out or you'll get bitten here. And he suddenly looked down and saw this lizard looking with its head looking up at him, and he jumped out of the way quickly.
Following wins against tour leaders Ian Williams and Francesco Bruni, Gilmour and YANMAR Racing achieved the 6 wins needed to make it through to the quarterfinals with a 6-5 scoreline. For the quarterfinal stage, young Kiwi Phil Robertson took on tour legend Peter Gilmour in an explosive head-to-head.
We're inside the final minute here, and I think Gilmour's in trouble. He's very close to the start boat with a lot of time left on the clock. Robertson pushing hard. Robertson very aggressive. Doesn't want to let Gilmour jibe.
Winding up 2, 1, spinning up, spinning up. Do not tag! Do not tag!
Robertson very punchy, trying to stop Gilmour from tacking back to the boat. Gilmour just put it in there anyway.
That's a double there!
Robertson wants a double penalty. That's because he's effectively lost control of the race. He figured he would have had a controlling position at the start boat.
Come on, that's a double!
Claiming again for the double, the red flag penalty would do the same thing. Yep, there it is. It's a red flag, Peter Gilmour. That means he has to do it immediately. He rolls into the jibe to execute the penalty, and Phil Robertson should go through. Clear ahead here.
That's another. That's not justified.
Robertson's still not happy. He still thinks Gilmour's pushing his luck. Robertson leads out to the favoured right-hand side. So Gilmour here with good gains at the leeward mark. He's done a nice job on the run. He's going to take that left-hand mark as we look at it. Robertson taking the right-hand mark, which would normally be the way you want to go to control the right, but I think Gilmour might have made a good call here. That left-hand mark is closer to the top mark. Gilmour's made good gains here. Excellent call from Gilmour. And there you see it, Gilmour at the top mark. Good lead for Gilmour. He's going to take that all the way to the finish. There it is. Peter Gilmour, fantastic comeback with a penalty on the start.
With a 3-2 scoreline, Peter Gilmour progressed to the semis and showed why YANMAR Racing are a force to be reckoned with.
That particular race we were a little bit early up to the start and didn't have much to go, and Phil jammed it up inside us there just right at the boat. Had a collision, we got the penalty, so it was an immediate penalty, so when we got it off we were just a little bit behind him. The boys did a nice job of keeping it close down the first run, and we got the advantage on the gate, and that put us back in front of the race.
Going into the semi-finals, Gilmour was up against Johnny Bernson from the Bernson sailing team. If he could secure a win and make the finals of the Monsoon Cup, it would guarantee a podium position on the overall Tour Championship. After a closely fought battle, Gilmour lost 2-3 to Johnny Bernson, with a loss in the petite finals against Jesper Radic, resulting in a 5th place in the overall Tour Championship. With 102.8 points on the Tour leaderboard and the tightest year ever, Gilmour reflected positively on YANMAR Racing's performance across the season.
This regatta, I think we've done fine. It's really enjoyed having Matthew Richard as our coach. He's been fantastic and given us some great advice. And also the team have been great. Simon's new to our team, and we really appreciate having him on board. YANMAR Racing will be back for next year. I mean, we'll come back and go harder and stronger, and that those that did do the winning, well done to them.